नमस्कार, Sat Shri Akal, Jai Bhim, Jai Hind. This video is in continuation of In Defense of the Constitution, and also it's part of that history of Indian religion. So, we want to tell you at the outset that we are supporters of farmers who are agitating against the government policies which is oppressive and denial of farmers' rights. So it's very painful to see how they are being treated by government, but we support farmers. So as a part of that historical stories is a religion, history of Indian religion, I would mention one story, very important story of Vaman and Bali. You must have heard it many places from many sources like your parents, Kirtankar, or books. Many sources. You must have heard a story of a mighty king Bali was outwitted by a Vaman, who's a frail Brahmin man with umbrella, who pushes mighty king Bali down under and takes over his empire. Now let us continue with that story. I have another story on that, Vaman and Bali. One day Vaman wanted to go to Boribandar from Thana. He was at Thana and he wanted to travel to Boribandar. So he gets up, he takes bath, he does his daily puja, he takes his breakfast, vegetarian breakfast, takes his umbrella and sets out. He looks for a vehicle to travel to Boribandar. What is there? He sees one tanga. Those days it was tanga. So he goes up to tanga. Tanga is horse cart. He goes there and he asks for he tries to wake up that tanga wala. That man is fast asleep, snoring. So he pokes his umbrella. That Tangawala is not ready to get up. How to shake him? He can't touch him. He don't know. Vaman doesn't know what caste he belongs to. Finally, once again, he pushes him with his, pokes him with his umbrella. So, Tangawala is quite angry. Tangawala says, "Boss, I am very sleepy. I will not ride Tanga today. You please look for something else." Now that angers Vamana. Vamana is helpless. He looks around and he turns towards sun and loudly chants mantra. Very loudly beckoning Indra. Now Indra had a very busy night earlier. So with his apsaras, so he was fast asleep. Anyway, in a half sleep, he asks Vamana what he wants. Why is he calling out to Indra? Vamana says, "I want to reach to Boribandar. Immediately lay down railway track between Boribandar and Thane. That is important. I want to travel and place the steam engine." Now Indra, in his half sleep, summons Maruta. Marutas are 24/7 assistants of Indra in heaven. So Maruta comes and asks Indra what to do. So Indra says, "Go meet Vamana and ask him what he wants." So Maruta at once comes to Maruta and asks, "Sir, what do you want?" So Vamana says, "I want the rail track to be laid between Thana and Boribandar, and the steam engine to be placed. I want to reach Boribandar at once." Now, Maruta cannot disobey orders of Indra. So, as Indra has asked him to take orders from Vamana, with his magical power, he lays down the track between Boribandar and Thana, and he places a steam engine and tells Vamana, "Sir, steam engine is ready, please proceed." Vamana happily reaches Boribandar. If I tell this story to British, he may get angry and pelt stones at me. So let this story remain between me and you. Do not share it with British people. But background to this story, I have another historical story, historical events. 3rd century BC, when Alexander started his campaign to conquer Asia and Europe, he reaches up to Punjab. And during those times, he defeats the sitting king, Darius. Darius was a Zoroastrian king, fire worshipper, thread-bearing king. And their religion was Zoroastrian. And before him, many Zoroastrian kings were ruling that territory. And we call them Parsis, our Parsis. So Darius was defeated by Alexander, but Alexander did not stay back in Punjab. He went back to Rome and he died soon after. Alexander's commander Seleucus ruled Punjab. Meanwhile, at that point of time, Chandragupta Maurya was ruling Ganga Basin. He realized Punjab is in shaky situation. He charges on Punjab. He defeats Seleucus, and Chandragupta Maurya marries Seleucus' daughter and comes down. That may be his 55, late 60 age. But in that time, he, as a Jain, he's a Jain man. His mother was a Jain. His mother was from Mahavira's school, Lichavi school. So Chandragupta follows Mahavira and renounces empire and becomes Muni. So as a Muni, he travels down south. While traveling with his troop, he helps his people to tame the wild. That is, taming the wild is cutting the forest, creating agriculture field, creating agricultural village, and settling people there. Now this is, while you do these things, village and all that, then you need network of, you need artisans, you need smiths, goldsmith, ironsmith, potter, weaver, everybody is, all trades are taught to people. And more trades are taught to people, more production happens. As an umpire, he knew that. So he was hell-bent on teaching people skill. To teach people skill, you need language also. When you teach people skill, you have production. That production has to be traded. For trading, you need language. And therefore, Jaina Munis were told not to write anything in religious languages. There was a compulsion on them to write in colloquial languages. Colloquial languages like Prakrit and Tamil, etc. So they develop alphabets, they develop grammar. That is, Jaina Munis do that, and their extensive writings are in colloquial languages of Jainas. It's extensive language. We can discuss it in next videos. So, while teaching people this skill of writing and all that, he was also making sure that his people doesn't go back to forest for foraging and hunting. Therefore, Jainas were, there is this rule on them that they will not eat anything grown, without, not on the field. Like, it has to be whatever is grown on the agriculture field, they will eat. Otherwise, they will not eat that. Like meat, they are not allowed to. They are not allowed to eat roots also. Because roots is abundantly available those days in wild forest. No, they were not allowed to depend on roots. They told, grow and eat. That was the missionary zeal of a king who knew what is to build, develop an empire. So he lays foundation for empire for Ashoka, who reaches up to, who encompasses Asia, whole of Asia. He occupies whole of Asia, Ashoka. So, Jainas were also the teachers of language. How we can say that is, when the last phase of life, Chandragupta Maurya lived in Chandragiri mountain, which is known as today, it is known as Shravana Belagola. Earlier it was known as Chandragiri, today it is known as Shravana Belagola. It is in Karnataka. So there's a beautiful statue of Bahubali. He is, it's like 100 feet tall. Very beautiful statue. Under his feet, there's a huge boulder, huge rock, huge. And that things are etched, not God's name, not any mantra. What was etched today, even today we can read it, is alphabets of Prakrit, vowels and consonants. It's astounding to see passion for a man who's leading the society, his passion to teach language, and his realization learning language is opening the door for the world, communication door. It's a world, it opens the door to the world. He realizes that. He realizes the importance of reading and writing in trade, reading and writing in exchanges of knowledge, exchanges of people's, so we are proud descendants of Bali. That is Chandragupta Maurya, of course. Bahubali, Bali, Bahu, whatever. So, is he forgotten because of Vamana? I doubt. Even today, Marathis call him Bali Raja. Tulu people call him Balyendra. Malayalis call him, but Malayalis celebrate Onam in his name. Maveli. He's Maveli. So that is Mahabali. So he is a Bahubali, Mahabali. So we are proud descendants. We are descendants of farmers, carpenters, cobblers, weavers, musicians, dancers, writers, performers, stage performers. So we should not forget our history. We are proud descendants of people who had missionary zeal to make good for people, connect people to each other, and not to exclude people out of the community. Jai Hind, Jai Samvidhan. Thank you.